Alright, hello guys and welcome to another play along video. It's a series that we've been doing on the channel, play along with tips. So just doing one more episode of that. So the way this works is basically, in my opinion, the best way to improve at the game is to play with other people and pick up tips while you're playing. So that's the concept of this, and there'll be 3 challenge links in the description. You don't need GeoGuessr Pro to play them, so you can click on the link, you can play the game, and then you can come back and watch my perspective to see sort of my thought process. I'll explain my thought process, and maybe you can pick up some tips from that. Maybe if you have some tips for me, then you can let me know as well. But that's the general idea, and yeah, I think we can improve quite a bit from playing like this. So we'll be playing 3 different maps today. Links will be below. And the first game will be on a community world, second will be on Urbanguessr, and third will be on a rural world. So we get a normal world map, then we get an urban map, and then a rural map. So that'll be very fun, I think. So let's get into this. Community world challenge link will be in the description. So hopefully you've played the challenge already, and now at this point in the video you are coming here to watch my perspective. So let's get into this, and yeah, hopefully you finish playing. Alright, so we should be in New Zealand. So a lot of hints. Firstly, the sun is in the north. Secondly, we're driving on the left. So that already, so if the sun is in the north, you're in the southern hemisphere. And you also have these New Zealand bollards. So you have a red strip going around it, and then there's a bit of white gap in between on one side, and then it's just pure red on the other. And then you also have this kind of pole. This is also a very typical New Zealand pole. So you have that. You have these wooden signposts with like white signposts. Those are pretty typical for New Zealand as well. So there are a bunch of different hints. Also this blue sign. Blue signs are very common in New Zealand. So yeah, a lot of things point towards New Zealand. See, now that sign could probably tell us a lot of useful information. But since we can't read it, we just have to landscape guess. So I think this is somewhere on the North Island. South Island usually has like big mountains on the west, and then it's pretty flat in the east. But like these kind of slight hills, I'd say are more common on the North Island. So I'll just click somewhere in the middle. Let's see. Okay, not too bad. We were further east. I didn't really think that we were close to the coast, but apparently we were. So that's the first round. Let's keep on going. This time the sun is in the south, and we are driving on the right because the sign is on the right side. There's some street signs, but I think oh, there's also some sign there. I think the biggest hint here is this right here. It says Via Colapace or something. And this is a typical Italian street sign. So if you see it says Via, that's an Italian thing. And then also, yeah, like this kind of white rectangular sign attached to a signpost. Pretty typical Italian stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say these yellow signs are a bit more common in Greece, but this should be Italy. So, where in Italy? Italy is pretty mountainous all around. Those looks like some pretty big mountains, but this doesn't really feel like the Alps. So I'm thinking that this is just the central mountains in Italy. It might even be a bit more south. Like somewhere here is what I'm thinking. Could it also be down here? Actually, maybe it's down here. Because it feels a bit more southern, right? Like the southern Italy is pretty dry. This does feel pretty dry. Should I risk it a bit more and go south? Ooh, could it ever be Sardinia? I don't really get the vibe for it, but yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with something like this. Let's see. It was just middle of Italy. I shouldn't have switched. If you literally click the center of Italy, then you probably 5k'd it. Nice. Alright, let's keep on going. This time we are driving on the left. Also have the sign on the left, so that tells you. And the biggest hint here is this. You have a black sticker on this pole. That is a Malaysian thing. In Malaysia you get black stickers on the poles. Well, you only get it on mainland Malaysia. So in Malaysia, you have the mainland and you also have the Borneo part of Malaysia. Um, but yeah, if you get a Gen 4 camera, this is a Gen 4 camera with very good quality and vibrant colors and whatnot. So that is also, as of now, only found on the mainland. So maybe in the future we'll get it on Borneo, but yeah. But yeah, even more important is the sticker because that is only found on the mainland. So we also have an address here, and Terengganu is a state in Malaysia. So you can see that here, and then Kuala Terengganu is literally just this, the biggest city there, and then Manir is something that it says. So I wonder if that shows up somewhere. Manir. Ah, Manir. And then Kampung Padang Setapi. Okay. Setapi, okay. And we have a road angle that's... Actually, does the road bend both ways? It does. This is pretty 5Kable, I would say. I wouldn't spend too much time 5King this on this video, but if I wanted to spend more time on this, then I probably could 5K this. Kampung Setapi, I don't see that. But I'd just go somewhere here and hope for the best, I guess. But yeah, this is definitely 5Kable, so well done if you did manage to 5K this. And I'm just gonna guess. Further down there, we see Kampung Setapi. I actually don't see this Kampung Setapi. Okay, so maybe not. But even still, very good points. Let's keep on going. Alright, so we have a bunch of hints here. We are in Sri Lanka. One way to tell it is using car meta. So in Sri Lanka, you kind of get this front of the car visible with red on the side and blue on this side, white in the middle. I also have these auto rickshaws or tuk-tuks. We are driving on the left, so that's also another hint. Sri Lanka drives on the left. Also pretty red soil, which is not too uncommon for Sri Lanka. Yellow plates, also another hint. And then these kind of poles are also found in Sri Lanka, where you have like, can't see it clearly, but you have holes on the top, but you don't have holes on the bottom. They're concrete poles, but slightly different from Thai poles, which have holes going all the way to the bottom. So plenty of hints. I just click somewhere middle, I think. That is pretty decent. That wasn't really middle, but middle of the flat part, I guess. Alright, so the sun is in the south in this round, and cars are parked on the right, so we should be driving on the right. That looks like it says Carrera, which is Spanish. So we could be in Spain. Let's see, we have this sign with like a thick red border around it. That is also a Spanish thing. Because in Italy and stuff, you'll have a thin white border around it. I think Spain makes a good amount of sense here. And we have water to the south, so this coastline is probably scannable. Looks like some kind of touristy place. So should I scan for this? I don't know. Let's see. Let's give it a quick scan. Could even be one of these islands, like Palma or something. Could it ever be Palma, actually? The road angle fits here, but is there... No, there's none of that stuff here. It just bends and there's a beach, so... That doesn't really fit. So I guess we can eliminate Palma here. Could be Ibiza. Don't see any specific area that matches. So maybe we're not on an island. We could just be on like a normal place, you know? I don't know. Let's see. I'll do a quick scan in like some of the big cities, and if I don't see anything, then I'll just guess. This is probably the best fit I've had so far. Marbella doesn't seem to fit. This doesn't fit either. Um, I'm sure some of you will 5k this, but I don't think I can. Alicante is not correct. Benidorm is not correct. Tarragona, nope. Okay, I've scanned a few cities and can't seem to find it, so I think I'll just stick with my guess, although I think it's not correct, and let's see. Oh, it was close to Alicante. It was not really. Okay, it was like, yeah, that makes sense. So 4,030 points for me there, not the best, but still decent. So I ended up with 22,678, and yeah, hopefully you guys also did well. If not, then hopefully you picked up some tips from this. Wait, did I create this as a challenge? I think I did. I hope I did. If not, then we'll see. Alright, Urbanguessr is the next map. But it says challenge high score, right? So it should be. So this is a lot of urban locations. And it looks like the map hasn't been updated in a few months, but hopefully we don't get any broken locations. So let's go. Link for the challenge again will be in the description, and hopefully at this point you've finished playing the challenge. So let's see what we have. Okay, first of all we have this pedestrian sign with 3 lines on it, and you have a yellow border. So that is pretty typical for Russia. You get that quite a lot in Russia. You also have this kind of pole, which is, I don't know, it's just Russia has like all kind of Baltic poles. So you see this kind of pole in like Latvia usually with these hooks. But then you can also find it in Russia. So this pole, either Latvia or Russia usually. And with this pedestrian sign, you have to be in Russia. Also, if you look at the plate, there's no blue strip on it. Usually if you are in Europe, then you get a blue strip on the plate, but Russia, you don't get that because Russia is not in the EU. So that is pretty good evidence for us being in Russia. Now the question is, where in Russia could this be? Because this feels quite nondescript to me. I really don't have a good region guess on this. Like urban rounds I feel like are very hard to region guess compared to rural rounds, because the buildings obscure the view of your landscape. But it doesn't look like it's too hilly. I don't know actually. I'm thinking maybe like a Chelyabinsk, Ufa, this kind of area. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna go near Chelyabinsk and see. Okay, not the worst. We were a bit south of Novosibirsk. So my region guess was not really that good, but it could have been worse, you know. So good job if you got closer, and let's keep on moving. If you have any tips for that, you can let me know as well. Alright, so here we can see we are driving on the left, so that is the first hint. And you also have a massive sign here telling you the biggest city close by, I think. So anyway, we should be in New Zealand. The sun is in the north, we're driving on the left. I literally have a big city name written here along with the highway. So let's see if we can 5k this. There should be a roundabout. Can't really see what that says. But that's a road number as well. Can't really read it. Seems like it ends with now. N-A-U. Okay, so what could this possibly be that would make sense? Could it be 87? Where does that go? Huh. But it looks like we're in a city, right? So we should have maybe more hints. Rural city living. Okay. Takeaways. Gore district? Wait, what is Gore district? Is Gore a place? Oh, Gore is a place. I see. Okay, so if I saw that saw that earlier, that would have been nice, I guess. So the road angle is like this. So we should be somewhere here, I think. There's the bank. So we're somewhere a bit south of it. That should be the 5k. Let's keep on going. This time we are in Germany, so there's a few ways to tell it. Firstly, you have a Gen 2 camera, so you have the circular blur on top and bottom of the camera, and that is a Gen 2 camera. And in Germany, you get extra bad quality Gen 2 camera. It's like super white, super bright. So that's one way to tell Germany based on the camera. And then you also have this bus stop, so you get well, you get it in some nearby countries as well, but this bus stop sign with H, I think, is very, very typical in Germany. Also, you have this street sign. So in Germany, oh, there's also literally a domain. Oh, it says München. Okay, perfect. I don't know if I should trust that, but probably. In Germany, you get street signs with like different like fonts and different designs. So there is a whole document which I could link in the description, and that document tells you all about the different German street signs. So you know, if you really want to get good at Germany, then you could use that. So it says München here, so maybe it's just Munich, but could be a bait because I haven't really learned the different street signs of Germany. I do know the Berlin street sign, and this is not a Berlin street sign. There's also a German flag that I just saw. So maybe it is just München, and maybe this is not bait. Surely this won't be a traveling car. That's that says München on it. Let's see. I have a bad feeling about this, but let's hope not. Okay, good. It is Munich indeed. So I guess if you scan enough in the city, maybe you can 5k it, but that's scanning inside cities is never fun for me at least. So let's move on. We are in round number 4. We have Zona written here. We have this kind of diamond sign, so I'm thinking we are in maybe Czechia. These poles would make sense for Czechia as well, like round poles. Not fully sure though, so let's look around a bit. That language, I think, makes sense for Czechia as well. Probably Czechian language. Oh yeah, also this red kind of sign on the houses. I would say more Czechian. So I think I have a good feeling about Czechia here. Very nice design on the building, by the way. Colorful buildings. So I like this location a lot, but I couldn't tell you exactly where. It looks like we're in a decently sized city. So it's maybe a bit hilly, so let's... I don't know. I'm just going a random city. Okay, it was a bit smaller city than I thought, but at least we got the country right, right? Nice job. Let's keep on going. Oh, this looks nice. This is a pretty urban US location, I'd say. Let's see, this probably has an address right here. Oh, maybe not actually. I don't know. I don't see an address there. We are all strong together. Okay, cool. Colonial something. But yeah, steering wheel is on the left, so we're driving on the right. Republic services. So that's one way to figure out where you are. Also have like this red text on these parking signs, whatever. Say that's more common in US than Canada. But I think the number plates are probably the biggest hint, and the problem is that I don't know all my US plates. I only know some of them. And this is not one that I know, so that's something I need to work on. Central Wharf Co. What city could this be? Usually on dustbins and stuff you can sometimes find city names. Doesn't seem like the case this time. Expert commercial venture. If there is no city name, that I don't really have a good guess for where in US this would be. I thought this might have a city name. There's some phone codes, but I think phone codes are really hard to learn for the US. Huh. Harborside Inn? Does that mean we are close to the water? Could that mean that we're near a harbor? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, looks like there's not too much else to go off of, so it's a bit of a shame. I was hoping that I'd be able to get pretty close on this. FH Dental? Fanural Dental something. Oh, there's a New York plate there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but that's probably a traveling plate. I don't know. Should I go New Haven or something? Connecticut. Is this a Connecticut plate? I don't think so, right? No, I think I know Connecticut plates. I don't think this is one of them. I don't know Rhode Island plates. I don't know Boston plates. Let's go Boston. Oh my god. Let's go. I'll take it. That was pretty lucky. But it's because I didn't like it felt like it was northeast somewhere, right? And it's probably coast because it said harbor. That's why I didn't go Rhode Island. And nice. New York plate there, meaning we were probably close to New York. So yeah, maybe those were some Massachusetts plates. So well done if you got it that way. 21692, decent score I think. Not the best, but not the worst either. And with that, let's go to a rural world. So again, a challenge link for this will be in the description. Hopefully at this point you've finished playing the challenge, and let's get into it. Alright, so we are in Kenya to start off. We have the typical Kenyan snorkel, and then you also have this follow car that you get in Kenya. Not many people know that Kenya has a follow car, but you do see a follow car quite often. So you have the black car in Kenya. You can get that not in that many places. I'd say Western Kenya usually will almost never get a black car. But you can get it like south of Nairobi, in Nairobi, and north of Nairobi. So like up to here, I think it's possible to get it. And then you also get it on this road down to Mombasa. A few other areas as well. But I feel like this is, with this red dirt, this doesn't feel too coastal. Should be maybe out here somewhere if I had to guess. Or maybe even closer to Nairobi because, but yeah, it's pretty rural. That's why I don't really want to go in Nairobi itself. Road angle doesn't tell me too much. But I'm keen to go somewhere here, I think. Let's try that. It's not too bad. I guess it was closer to Nairobi. Maybe maybe if I guess Nairobi I'd have more points, but that's fine. Let's keep on going. We're driving on the right this time. We have a small antenna and we have open fields for a long distance, very wide road as well. So this should be Russia. Russia has a lot of wide roads. And then you also have a white number plate, so you don't see a blue strip on it, the EU strip. That makes sense for Russia as well. Now where in Russia would this be is the question. This looks like a pretty east-west road. My first thought here is around Omsk, that kind of area. But that could easily be wrong. But that's what I thought, between Omsk, Novosibirsk, that kind of area is what I was thinking. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was near Ufa or just closer to Moscow maybe, but I'm not sure. It's not. I'm not the best at guessing Russia, to be honest. So let's see. Okay, that's decent. I'd say that's not the worst. We were a bit closer to Tumen, but still not too far from Omsk. So I'd say that's decent. So let's keep on going. This looks like a pretty tough one. Again, this is a rural world, so it is going to be a pretty tough game. But interesting. We don't see any number plate on that. We have a Gen 4 camera. I don't know what car this is though, like what color what color the car is, if I can speak. There's a white plate. That looks like a white plate, right? And then that looks like there's some white and black paint on the signpost. So that makes me think of Thailand here. Because Thailand would have white plates and then it's not uncommon to have painted bottom of signposts. So I think Thailand is a decent guess, because this looks like Southeast Asia a lot, right? You have these banana trees, these kind of, I don't know, tropical trees, I guess. And you also have this, these kind of houses, which I'd say are more Southeast Asian. So I think I'm pretty happy going Thailand here. Mainly I'm basing that off of this one number plate here and that paint on the bottom of that pole. So I think this might even be a bit more south, so let's go there. Yeah, it was way further south, but nice. We got the correct country at least, so that counts for something, right? Alright, this is a classic rural world. We have a small antenna, so that usually indicates that we are in Europe. But I'm not too sure this time, you know, this feels kind of weird. This looks like a European antenna on the car. See, so like these are the kind of rounds where you have to make use of any kind of info you get, right? Whether it's the antenna, whether it's a pole, but there's no pole, so... What I'm actually worried of is like weird Alaska. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I've seen similar looking coverage in Alaska, I think. I think it may have had an antenna in some places, but I don't actually think it is. I don't think I want to go there, but I just want to put it out there as a possibility because it's not impossible, I think. Or just somewhere else in the US or Canada, because in US and Canada in national parks you can get this antenna, so that is very possible. But I think the more reasonable, sensible guess would be to just go somewhere in Europe. With this kind of road quality, not a very long, like not a very wide road, no road lines. I would like to think Poland maybe. That's probably my best guess. But I'm pretty scared of this being US Canada. But yeah, I think safest best is to get to guess Europe. So Poland, Sweden, Finland, not really. Maybe one of the Baltics are also possible. But I think Poland is my best guess here, so I'm gonna go with that. I could be very wrong. Ooh, that is not what I expected. Belgium. That's a very tough round. I really don't know how you get Belgium there, but if you have any tips for that, then let me know. All I can tell you is that the antenna on the car is more common for Europe, so that's one reason to go in Europe. But yeah, that's a pretty tough one. Okay, so we have a few clues here. Firstly, we have a long antenna, and when you combine it with this bollard, then well, basically this bollard you only find in Italy and Albania mainly. I guess San Marino as well, but this should be either Italy or Albania when you look at this long antenna. And then just looking at this, I'd say this is definitely Albania and not Italy. You also have a long front plate there, so Italy you'd have short front plates, so that tells you that you're in Albania as well. And there's probably a rift. Do we want to see it? There you go, there's a bit of a rift there, so I don't usually like the rift part because I don't know. Like Albania is very much gettable without the rifts. But we have a railway track next to us, so I might do a quick scan for it, but I don't really need to 5K this. But let's see. Thinking somewhere around this area. Don't really see it, so I guess not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess Albania to see. Oh yeah, I had the general correct region, I guess. I just didn't find the railway there. So I end up with 19127. I guess most points I lost was going Poland on Belgium, which is not that unreasonable. And then Thailand, I did get southern vibes. I should have gotten even more south, I guess. But Russia was decent, could have been slightly better, but I'm pretty happy with that. So that's a decent game again, 19.1k, and that is the third game. So we were playing 3 games. Hopefully you had fun playing them as well. And if you have any tips for me, let me know in the comments. And again, hopefully you got some tips out of this. And yeah, I'll make another video. This series is still ongoing, so you can look forward to another play along in the future. And in the meantime, if you'd like to play along with me, then you can join me on Twitch. Link for that in the description. And yeah, I play with you guys a lot in Twitch. So I will see you guys then. See you guys there. And yeah, there might be another video coming out this week. We'll see. So thank you for joining, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.